Hello there everyone. You're here today because this video is all about the Purium story. What is Purium? You've been hearing about it. What is it? Who founded it? Who created it? What is it all about? You're going to be hearing an unbelievable story from Amy Venner, the co-founder and CEO of Purium, and still working to this day over 30 years. She looks like she's in her 20s, but she's been doing this for 30 years and she's incredible. I've met her in person and you have to meet her. If you haven't met her, you definitely got to meet her and you got to listen to this story because it's incredible.
My name is Amy Venner, and I am one of the owners and founders here at Purium. My business partner and my friend, David Sandoval, is having some technical difficulties, so he is not going to be able to join us here today. He lives kind of remote out and the service is not cooperating for him today. So you've got me, and I am excited to share my passion and Dave's passion because we have been working together for over 30 years on this shared mission, vision, passion, and purpose. So I'm inspired every day by the stories that come out of people using our products, the superfoods in their lives, and who are part of our business, who are paying this message of hope and inspiration forward. Um, it's truly one of the most inspiring things that I've ever experienced. And, the reason that I got involved with this over 30 years ago is because I experienced something that became possible that I didn't realize was possible. And like I said, I've been doing this over 30 years. And I'm so honored to be the president, the CEO, to be here at our corporate offices in Compton, California, where we manufacture these incredible products and be leading the corporate team. 30 something years ago, that was something that was really unfathomable to me. And I'm going to tell you a few things that I find very important and very inspiring about Purium. And I believe that you will too. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I want to tell you a little bit about my business partner, Dave. I want to tell you and highlight some of the things that we think are incredibly important and make Purium different, make Purium unique. And then we're going to hear from four powerful leaders here at Purium, their stories, how their lives have changed since they leaned in to Purium. Some just a short period of time, some years and years. Some are giving a part-time amount of effort into their business, and some are doing this full time, creating multiple streams of income. So thank you again so much for tuning in. For those of you that are hearing about Purium for the very first time, welcome. And those of you that are part of the Purium family, I'm so happy that you are here with us on this journey. So my journey started 30 years ago, over 30 years ago. I was a young girl living in Texas, didn't know anything about food or nutrition or the way that food affected how you looked, how you acted, how you felt, how you performed, how you were able to concentrate as a student. I was a student at the time. I had no idea the relationship that food had with all of those things. In fact, it was just a way to celebrate. It was just something that we did in Texas. And I pretty much grew up on a diet of meat and cheese and sugar. If you are a person like that, that has experienced that kind of diet, let me know because I have to say, I am so grateful. I am so grateful that I was introduced to something better, introduced to a better way of living. 30 years ago, I met Dave Sandoval. He bumped into me at a trade show of all places. I worked at a health food store, and he used a technique that we call carefrontation. And I could do a whole training Zoom about carefrontation, but it means carefully confronting someone with compassion and offering a solution. And Dave did just that. He did not know me. He saw me from across the room. He approached me. He carefronted me about a skin condition. I had pretty severe acne that I was doing my best to cover up with makeup. He approached me at this trade show and he said, I happen to notice you have a problem, some problems with your skin, and I have a solution for you. He offered me that solution. He offered me a food philosophy, something that I had never heard of before. He said, the quality of food that you eat is equal to the quality of life that you live. And I was stunned. I kind of was shocked for a minute because I wasn't living a very quality life at that time. I found myself in a downward spiral. I found myself lacking self esteem. I found myself closing doors on opportunities for myself. And then he said, what did you eat today? And I was like, pastry and a Dr. Pepper, being from Texas. And so, of course, it clicked. It made total sense. It was the first time that I heard that. But when I applied that philosophy to my life and I began to incorporate green foods and superfood nutrition into my life, things radically changed. Things changed so radically that instead of finding myself lacking self esteem and being in that downward spiral, I found myself lifting. I found myself rising. I found myself wanting to shout at the rooftops this information, this education that he had given to me. And so I did that. I moved from Texas, this little tiny town, out to California, locked arms with Dave Sandoval, who was on a passionate mission, a mission of compassion, because he had seen his aunt get sick from what he believed was the processed food that she had had in the name of convenience. She thought she was buying time with the food that she was eating, with the microwave meals and the TV dinners. But what she didn't know is it was killing her. It took away time from her life and from her family because she got a disease and she passed away as a very young person. She was a very influential person in Dave Sandoval's life. And he realized at this young age of being a young adult what food and the chemicals in food can do. At that time, he began to study wheatgrass. He studied under Ann Wigmore. He spent time at her institute. He found out the power of superfoods, but he realized one thing. He realized that most people don't stick with it. They're not consistent. They do not do it on a daily basis. They do it. They pull out all the stops when the C word is introduced, a disease is introduced, life expectancy is being talked about by the doctor. That's when people are pulling out all the stops, but that's not when people should be pulling out all the stops. We can do something about this on a daily basis. Why are we not doing it? Because it's not convenient and we're not consistent when it's not convenient. And so he said, I'm going to change all that. I'm going to start a company to make this kind of diet, the quality of food that you eat is equal to the quality of life that you live. I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to make it instant. I'm going to make it accessible, and I'm going to make it affordable because it's not only the wealthy should be healthy, everyone should have access to quality food. And so he did that. He started a company with pure food, with pure green food. He introduced that green food to me. I used it. Amazing things happened in my life. I joined him so we could shout this from the rooftops and the rafters to get people on this quality of food. So something that's really important about Purium is you got two passionate owners that show up every single day because we care about people. We are the manufacturer. We control the formulas, we control the quality, and our commitment to quality and sustainability is woven into every single thing that we do here, from the soil that these plants are grown in to the way these packages arrive at your doorstep. So understand that these products are crafted for sustainability, crafted for quality, and crafted to change your life. And because I have the honor and privilege of running the corporate team, I oversee the manufacturing of these products. So it's been a long time, probably, that you get to look the person who is making your food in the eye. Now, it is on Zoom. Now, when you get to a leadership rank here in our company, you get to come out to the facility and you get to experience what it's like to make the products here at Purium Corporate. But we're very passionate about that. We're also extremely passionate about solving problems. Extremely passionate about solving problems. The quality food crisis was one, but here's another crisis: glyphosate. Glyphosate, this chemical, this pesticide, this herbicide that is sprayed on 75% of our food, 95% of our beer and wine. So this is pervasive. It is sprayed on all of our golf courses and many of our municipal parks. So this chemical, we could again do an entire Zoom about this chemical. This chemical causes havoc. It wreaks havoc on our digestive tract. It wreaks havoc in our gut, in our microbiome. And this gut, this microbiome, is so connected to our brain. It's called the second brain. And they call it the gut brain axis because they're so interconnected. Did you know that your gut, it contributes to your immunity, the way your immune system functions? Maybe like 70% of our immunity starts in our gut. And so if our gut is being rampaged by glyphosate that's pervasive in our food, what's happening to our immune system? Did you know that our hormones, about 70-75% of our hormone production happens in our gut? Well, again, if we are so out of balance in this second brain in our gut, how are we sending the right signals to produce the right hormones that we need to feel good on a daily basis? Well, guess what? We are not, because we are being inundated with this chemical. So, of course, we buy organic. Of course, we're doing our best to eradicate it from our diet, but it is out there, and that's hard. That is something that's going to take generation and generation and generation to eradicate it from our food supply. But what we can do is we created a solution here at Purium called Biome Medic. It is a medic for your microbiome. And we did a small scale clinical human trial where within just 6 short weeks, this formula that is exclusive to Purium, can eliminate up to 74% of glyphosate from your system. At the same time, during this clinical trial, it reduced C-reactive protein, which is your body's response to inflammation. It's a test that your primary care physician might prescribe for you to take to measure the amount of inflammation in your body. There was a corollary there. As the glyphosate came down, the C-reactive protein came down at just about the same level. That's not coincidence. That is not coincidence. Also, at the same time, intestinal permeability, those little leaky holes in your intestines that wreak havoc on your system, closed up tightened up. The integrity of the intestinal lining tightened up by 35% in just those 6 short weeks. So this is a star product at Purium, and it is exclusive. It's an exclusive formula. Now you can read all about this. Dave Sandoval, my business partner, wrote a book called The Toxin That Came to Dinner. You get this ebook free, this audiobook free with any purchase of Biomedic. It's a little booklet, very informative. If you're not familiar with glyphosate and the dangers of glyphosate, you've got to get this booklet to learn all about it. That's one solution that we're so proud of. Another solution that we're so proud of, something that is so meaningful to us, is our commitment to the environment, to be a good corporate steward, to be a good corporate role model. You know, we do things like we put our business in Compton, California, so we can help the local economy. But we also wanted to lead the way with compostable, home compostable packaging. We realized we were helping so many people, we were changing so many lives with our superfoods. But after manufacturing for 25 years in plastic containers, month after month after month, we were worried that we were doing some damage to the environment. And so we decided to make a change. And so now almost all of our products are in home compostable packaging pouches that are pretty darn amazing. And by our conversion to these home compostable pouches, we have saved over 300,000 pounds of plastic from going into landfills, from environmental contamination. And that is equal to 6 million plastic water bottles or 27 million of those plastic grocery bags. So that is significant, and that is something that I am so proud of here at Purium. So Purium is in the business of making lives better. That's literally what we do. And if you're a person that hits your heart and you are ready to join us, we are looking to build this community of people that want to make lives better. And in the area of physical health, in the area of financial health, and this amazing community also strengthens emotional health. What I was describing earlier, I was not in a good emotional place when I met Dave Sandoval. And the superfoods and what they do to restore the gut microbiome and how you feel about yourself and your self-esteem in this amazing community, it changes all of that. So the quality of food you eat is equal to the quality of life you live. I believe that wholeheartedly. And the best way to understand what I'm talking about, the best way to experience what I am talking about here is called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. This is the package that is right for most people. It's also known as the 90-day way, the lifestyle subscription. You make a commitment to a 3-month commitment to getting 2 shakes a day, 2 superfood shakes a day, 2 servings of our amazing vegan protein a day, as well as that incredible product Biomedic that I talked about, our apothecary at night to help you get deep, restful, restorative sleep, as well as a built-in parasite cleanse with our Super Cleansar. This is the best way to improve your health and well-being, to dip your toe into this lifestyle, to change your life. And thousands of people have experienced success around this. So I want to bring in a person. I want to bring in executive in our business, Kelly Simpson, for her to share her story, because she's got an incredible story around her health journey as well as her business journey as she leaned in to being a brand partner here at Purium. Kelly, are you with us here?
I'm here, Amy. Thank you so much.
Hi, Kelly. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just going to turn it over to you and let you share for about 2 minutes here how things have changed since you've leaned deeply into Purium. And thank
Yeah,
you so much
yeah,
for being
thank you. Yeah, it's changed drastically. So I did not come here looking for a business, I'll be honest. I came here totally desperate. So I had 30 years of migraines that went rogue, and this led to 3 near-death experiences. And I found the ultimate lifestyle transformation, and it just brought me back to life so quickly. So, what all you were saying about the glyphosate, it must have been contributing because everything just cleared up so quickly. What I did not expect was that it would be an ultimate lifestyle transformation and change everything. So, right at the same time as this health thing, I stepped away from my massage practice of 25 years because of my health. So, I actually needed a new plan. I needed a, like, what's next plan, a retirement plan. So at first, I wasn't really sharing with a business mindset, just for some accountability and connection along the way. But as I was organically sharing this on social media, the income started to roll in, and I was able to hit some quick bonuses. $1,850, which, it's not life changing, but at that time, and when you've been working, busting your hump, trading time for dollars, that's 37 massages. So it just kind of was hitting me differently. And I also just found a new path. I found a community of people and renewed purpose, and it's inspiring and uplifting. And then it started to really hit me. I had this moment of truth. Like, if I was here after 25 years of building a business on my own and still unsure how I was going to navigate the next handful of years, well, how many people out there are in the same boat as me? So that's when I really started to, not be able to unsee the business potential, that it's not just about the health, that it's about the wealth and your impact and your freedom, and really having a system to change and transform people's lives. So if you're out there and you're just whispering, something's whispering, there's got to be more. There's going to be great stories, and Amy and Dave are just setting this path for us. So thank you so much, Amy. I've been wanting to thank you and Dave. It's really been a life changer, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. And wow, I love the way you compare that to 37 massages. That's significant.
It's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work saved. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing, Kelly, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Amy.
I want to say people are not only struggling physically, they're struggling financially and emotionally. And this next speaker is two-star crown Carolina Teasdale, and she's going to tell you about her profession. She worked so hard. She went to college, she got a degree, she got a certification, she had some debt maybe piled up with that. And she was successful, but she was struggling. So Carolina, are you with us to share your incredible journey here with Purium?
Yes, I am. Hi, Amy. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for bringing me on. It's going to be hard to share how Purium has transformed my life in 2 minutes, but I will do my best. So before joining Purium, I was an architect. I worked as an architect in Santa Monica, Beverly Hills area with buildings over 250,000 square feet and larger. I worked in China. I had jobs everywhere. However, I found myself stressed out. My hair was falling. I was sometimes working about 80 hours a week. That's insane, with no rest. I was leaving my office at 3 in the morning, coming back at 7. And that was my life for a very long time. So even though I loved architecture, I love my career, I love the creativity that came with it, I found myself wanting to do something different. And I know that there are so many people out there that have a profession. However, they find themselves in a place where they need a little extra motivation. They need to change people's lives. And they also have a passion for health and wellness, but you don't know where to start. And just because we come from the college background, we think that we need another degree. We need to be nutritionists or health coaches or some sort of practitioner, right? To make it through Purium. And I'm here to tell you that you don't. I have zero experience with health and wellness. all I knew was construction. I worked with land use attorneys, engineers, all kinds of people that had no clue about health and wellness. And when I was introduced to this opportunity, I love that the company offers so many trainings. We have personal development trainings. I mean, this is one of these resources that we have. I felt super supported in what started as a passion of just wanting to share health and wellness on my social media, transition to being a full-time career with Purium. In less than 7 years, I've been able to fully, I mean, it took me a year and 5 months to fully replace my architect income. And I have helped so many people around the whole United States and other countries. I mean, I just came back from 14 countries in Europe, and we brought these products with us everywhere because people are suffering absolutely everywhere. There's toxins everywhere, there's stress everywhere, there's inconvenience absolutely everywhere. So yeah, this business has radically transformed my life. My friend Sarah, she's actually been watching me on social media. She's an engineer, and she's like, oh my God, I can totally relate. I've been an engineer for so many years. I'm always in an office with a tiny little window. That seems to be the pattern. Architects and engineers don't have big windows for some reason. And she joined me in business. She got to Fast Start Consultant in like 2 days. She's super excited. And yeah, we're here to change lives. I'm super grateful for you, Amy and Dave and Debbie and my support team, Raw, Lucy and Michael Maces, everyone that has helped me in this journey. Because what I love about Purium is that we're in business for ourselves, but we're never by ourselves. We're always supported. And that is the biggest gift for me. So
Oh, I love that, Carolina. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for all you do. And so many lives have changed. Amazing. So I have a question. I have a question for you. How much extra money do you need each month to change your life? You know, is it $200 to maybe get your products paid for? Is it $400 maybe to start making the car payment, $1,000 to help with the rent, $4,000 and beyond? We have a pathway here at Purium to support any of those goals. And the person who invited you onto the Zoom can help you form a plan to do that. And, you know, we're just really, really excited. Like, another question, what is time freedom and what is location freedom? If you're new to Purium, you know, have you ever thought about that? And what does it mean to be free of debt? Well, I want to invite on two other powerful leaders, and I'm not sure if we've got one or both of them here with us today, but two-star crowns, Allison Lester and Jared Curtis, who live in Canada, have a home they're building in California as well, and have motorhomed and vacationed and taken their children with them. So I'd love to welcome on Allison and Jared. Are you here with us today?
Yes, we are.
Hi, great. We've got both of you. We're going to pin you here and here, take it away. Tell us how Purium has changed your lives.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so many ways. Well, number one, and this was the kind of hard thing, like no one told me this would happen, but confidence soars when you start to repair your gut and flood your cells with such good quality nutrition. And it was really like that was a gateway. That was like the first really like self-love thing. I guess it was like a big message to the universe because so many blessings started coming after. But once you make that decision that you're worth it, it's like all things start going to motion. And then once you get these foods in your body and start repairing your gut, like I never had confidence to put myself out there before. I never would have thought I would be like doing what I'm doing at all. Like I never thought I'd be public and like speaking on camera. And I always hid. I never even took a selfie before. And I'm so grateful because Taz really pushed me to share my story as I was healing. And so I started healing out loud and people were following me and not everyone joined right away. Of course, you know, some people were like, you know, like what, like you just get stronger because as you're healing, people don't want to see you like getting better. And so some people in your life, you know, I had to overcome so much in resilience and confidence. And I started helping strangers, not not the people I thought I would, who needed it the most in my family, but I started helping all these strangers. And that's when people in my family and our friends started to really notice. And I just want to say, like, the personal development and the confidence that we get from repairing our gut, like, I never thought I would be doing what I'm doing until I did it. And every step of the way, like, I was just so supported. And it was the first time in my life that I felt valued for my gifts, because I was in fashion design and I was just really chewed up and spit out. I was always too sensitive and cared too much. And this is really for people who care. This is where we belong. And it's restored my trust in people. I had a lot of wounds coming in here, but meeting everyone here and just like the love from the top from you and Dave and everything around this company is just pure blessing. And then I matched Jared's salary, like, and Jared was able to retire from his job in 2020, and we've been able to travel, buy land, and I mean, our life has just completely opened up to dreams and possibilities that we're taking action every day.
I'll just say quickly, I'm just very grateful for this company and this mission, the fact that you're the distributors and the manufacturers. And we love this so much. We would buy it every day. And we just can't stop like growing it more and more, because it's something that I think when people understand gut health and the significance that it relates to mental health and your physical health, it's a game changer. So we're so lucky that this came into our lives when it did. I wish it came in 10 years earlier, but we'll be okay. So the best time to start was yesterday for anyone out there.
Best time is today.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for all you do. And I love that you guys you retired, you get to be together, travel together, spend all the time you want with your kids, and that's truly amazing. Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Allison and Jared. So, in the Purium economy, everybody wins. And that is why it feels so good. It feels so good to be successful, because our success, this community's success, is tied to improving other people's lives. Most of the time out there in industry, that's not true. Like, your success when you get a promotion doesn't necessarily mean that it's you're bringing everybody else up along with you, but that at Purium, you're bringing everyone else along with you, and it feels really, really good. And so here's someone that I'm really honored to introduce and have here today sharing her story. She's brought a lot of people along with her. And this is five-star crown Sonia Magruder. Some people call her the crown maker. And she's truly incredible, the number of lives that she has changed, both on the health side, both on the wealth side, and bringing people into this incredible community. Sonia, are you with us? Let's see if
Yes,
I can get the
I
pin
am.
here. Awesome. Okay, let's see if we can get the pin here. And there we go. Hi, Sonia. Thank you so much for being here. And share what the last 10, 12 years have been like.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Amy. It's such an honor to be here with you and all these other amazing leaders, from newish people like Kelly to the crown leaders. And yeah, the last 12, almost 12 and a half years has been absolutely amazing and changed Doug, my husband, and our lives in ways that we never could have imagined, because we had a career in real estate. And I was doing that about 20 years full time, working crazy hours, 60, 70 hours a week. Doug was doing the investment side of the business, flipping houses, managing our rental properties. And at the same time, we were caregiving for my mom, who was living with us the last 2 years of her life with health challenges and was completely dependent on us. So we had a lot on our plate. And we got into this kind of similar to what Kelly said. We weren't looking for a business. We were looking to improve our health, because anyone who's been a caregiver, you probably know what can happen. The last person you take care of is yourself, right? And that's where we found ourselves. We were grabbing fast food because of our busy lifestyles, and we were feeling it. We were feeling the effects of that. We just weren't taking care of ourselves, and we knew that wasn't sustainable. We weren't exactly sure where to start, but because of this amazing business model, you find out about it from people who care about you. And I found out about this from my cousin Eric, who we knew he was a health nut. We knew he was passionate about eating clean. And when he shared Purium with us, we were like, this is it. Thank goodness. We didn't have to go searching high and low to find what we could do to help ourselves do better and feel better. So that's what we did. We got on the program, the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, and we literally had a transformative health experience with Purium. It was profound and life-changing, and it happened in a very quick period of time. And what happens when you find something that you love? You find a great restaurant, hairdresser, you see a movie that's fantastic. What do? You tell everybody, right? And that's what we did. That's exactly what we did. And within a year and a half, the income from Purium matched our six-figure full-time real estate income. And how were we able to do that? Working all those crazy hours in real estate. Because of this business model of Purium, which is highly leveraged, we were able to build that income in very part-time hours alongside what we were already doing. And then it surpassed that.
We could go on and on for hours and hours about all of the amazing transformation stories, but you got to check out for yourself. Click the link down below if you're interested. Reach out to the person that sent you this video and let them know that, hey, you want to get started, you want to transform your life today.